Imperious leadership, imperious is dictatorial, dominating, arrogant. Now, the person that defined and described in 1981 was me. And I know that's hard for a lot of you to believe, knowing the wonderful person I am today. So let me tell you what I was interested in 1981, 3 things. I was interested in getting ahead. I wanted to climb the corporate ladder. Number 2, I wanted to win. That was important to me then. By the way, it's still important to me. And number 3, I wanted to make sure that I pleased my boss. And I've learned over time that was really about protecting the Berry culture. Now, people would ask me, and they'll say, well, why was that a problem? Those values are things that all people should aspire to. I said it was simple. I was imposing my value systems on others. You see, because back in 1981, I thought everybody wanted what I wanted. What I didn't recognize, what I think the most important lesson in leadership, the very first one, the only time we realize our dreams is when we help other people realize theirs. Again, as a parent, as a friend, as a teacher, a coach, and a leader. The good news is at the Berry Company, we do a great job with communication. And by the way, well, let me back up a little bit. And I think that what really got me into trouble was my intolerance of what other people thought and my selfish ambition that almost became sinless extremes. Okay? And so, as I said, fortunately, or unfortunately, I was hurting the people around me that I cared about the most. I didn't even know it, folks. I mean, I was all about Pete. Fortunately, in the Berry Company, like here, we do a great job with communicating with our employees. And about that time, we'd taken an attitude survey. Well, the attitude survey, as you can imagine, what I just described, it was pretty ugly. And, of course, in all respect to my dear HR people, but HR people love crisis. Man, they said, boys, we're going to Buffalo. It was like the Kemper Cavalry. They couldn't wait to get up there and talk to our employees and find out what was going on. Well, I will tell you, the feedback was worse than what they saw on paper. And I got the call to come to our world headquarters in Dayton, Ohio, and back then, that wasn't a real something that you really look forward to. Now, when we ran a Berry Company, it was like a paradise. Back then, not so. So I got the call to come to Dayton, and I thought one of 3 things are going to happen. Either I'm going to get transferred, demoted, or I may no longer be a proud member of the Berry Company. And life's second great lesson, the people that care about us the most are the people that stand shoulder to shoulder with us during our most difficult times. That time I was working for John Berry Jr., was the grandson of our founder, and Tom Murphy in Rochester. And what Tom and John said to me, they said, Pete, listen, you didn't get in trouble because you don't care. The problem is your people do not feel respected. They feel disrespected, and they don't feel valued. And if this thing's going to get fixed, you're the one that's going to have to fix it. So you go back to Buffalo, and you fix the problem. By the way, they didn't tell me I didn't have to make sales quotas. That wasn't part of the deal, all right? So I went back to Buffalo, folks, and I did something I'd never done before with a deep sense of contrition. I stood up in front of 107 people, much like the number that's in this room, and I said I was sorry. And I said, I promise you we'll never get ourselves in that situation again. Now,